We're on the phone today with actress, musician Ellen Foley. She's got a new album out. It's called Fighting Words. Hey, Ellen, how's it going today?
I'm fine, Dustin. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
Well, you've got a new album out, Fighting Words. Can you tell the listeners a bit about it?
Fighting Words is a collection of songs primarily written by my creative partner, Paul Faglino. We did it over a period of a few years. It was recorded. Everybody recorded their parts in different places, and I was brought all the tracks, all the parts, sung in my living room, but it ends up sounding really like a band that's standing together in one room. It's really a record about songs about resilience and strength and love and family. It's got rock and roll. It's got R&B. It's got a little country in there. I sing one of my all-time favorite songs by Jim Steinman, Heaven Can Wait, and people really seem to love it. People seem to love it.
Yeah, that is awesome. And, it's interesting to think how things have changed so much over the years. Back when you first started, obviously, you were in the studio and the labels were involved and everyone's there. And now you're just, as you mentioned, writing stuff in your living room and nobody's even in the same room sometimes.
That's correct. Right now, I sort of wish, there was a label like the old days because, it's getting such tremendous press and, if the label could run with it, and like the old days, they had as Mick Jagger said, the under-assistant West Coast promo man, the guys who would take the record to radio. But I think the modern model, I have a tremendous publicist. He got me on with you guys, spreading the word. It's sold digitally. So, it's out there today and all the platforms where you listen to your music, and let's see if it all translates into people hearing the music. It would be great. I'd love them to.
Definitely. And you've got a great band backing you up on the new album, and it definitely has, it's like a 70s rock feel almost, the good old days for a lot of people.
Yeah, I really think it is. We go back sort of to our roots with a modern spin. It's certainly lyrically, because I think a lot of it, it is somebody who's had experience and it's saying, this is like, I'm just happy to be here. That's where we were, and this is where we are now in our lives. And a few other songs that, it's an older woman who's had experience and she's not taken any crap from anybody. Yeah, so I guess it would I would hope it would be the 70s because, that's the music I love and that's where I came from. So if that comes through, that's we've done our job. That's great.
Excellent. Again, Fighting Words is out now. Ellen Foley's with us, and you talked about your experiences, and I know Carla DeVito is joining you on the new album here for the song I'm Just Happy to Be Here. I wanted to ask you your memories of working with Meat Loaf on Bat Out of Hell and what that experience was like. Obviously, it wasn't recorded in your living room. Very different back then. It
was not. It was recorded in the Bearsville Studios, which was Todd Rundgren's studio up in Woodstock. And I had never really done a record, and I remember being in the control room with Steinman and Todd Rundgren, and Steinman and I were like bothering Todd. Because we were both theatrical. This part should sound like West Side Story, and he goes, "If you don't shut up, I am throwing you out of the studio." And then doing the vocal for Paradise. I was in the room, not just the booth, but in the room with the mic, and had Meat Loaf sit down in a chair in front of me, and sang it once, and that was it. So and we had been up there. It was in the winter. We rehearsed as a band, stayed up there for a few weeks. It was like winter camp with all your friends. It was a great experience for me.
Well, and you mentioned not having a lot of experience before you went in. Obviously, you got a different sense of how, the music business really works because, the first album you were on sold something like 50 million copies. That's obviously not usually how it goes. I'm sure there's no way you could have imagined, the success that was going to have. I mean, we still hear that on the radio. I mean, just even a couple days ago, I heard it.
Yeah, yeah, no, like I said, I was not clued in to how anything worked. All I knew was that we had shopped that record for so long and so many people didn't want it that, I definitely never anticipated that it was going to be that commercial success. I probably didn't even think about it. I just knew that it was going to be something that would sort of knock people's socks off, and shock them, because it was a shocking sound compared to, everything that was going on then. I mean, I loved listening to Crosby, Stills and Nash and Joni Mitchell and Peter Frampton and everything at that time. But then something like this came along and got people all worked up and made them feel alive. So that's how I felt recording it.
Well, Ellen, I know you've done a lot of acting over your career as well. Is there anything coming up for you acting-wise, or are you more focusing on the music these days?
Well, we're gonna do some gigs for sure. With the COVID thing, it's tricky, but we in New York City, the mayor has put out an edict that you can't go anywhere inside without your vaccination card. So we're going to do a gig in New York, and I hope other things. And I have a 2-person theater project that been working on for quite some time, and we finally got a production and did it March 6th and 7th, 2020, and then everything closed up. So we're working on that too. But doing the gigs, and I think I'm going to be working in Europe in the spring because I've always had a lot of success, and especially the last decade or so, been traveling over to Belgium and Holland, Germany, France, probably England. Yes, I really want to go over there with this record. So, I'm like everybody else, just fingers crossed that you can get on with your life and get out there and perform this, because I'm really chomping at the bit.
Excellent. Again, Fighting Words is out and sounds great. Hopefully you'll get back on the road here and I can speak with you again sometime.
I hope so. All
right. Thanks, Ellen.
Have a great one.
And again, that was actress, musician Ellen Foley, and her new album, Fighting Words, is available now.